There's nothing wrong with having trauma. We all do. You need to do something about it. Come on, unpack the trauma with it. Hello. Welcome to My Turn to Talk. We are back. Man, I'm excited about this year already. We've been helping men unpack their trauma. I've been actually working with a religious group this year and helping men come together and focus on Christ. But I also got two times this year we're going to come together and help men unpack their trauma. So we're going to also get the dates of those at our next broadcast. But today, man, I'm excited. Not only he's my co-host, but he recently got certified as a relationship coach in regards to business and romantic and youth, I would say, parenting and family. And so I'm excited about this certification he's got. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist myself, but I'm so excited that I can be able to partner with him. Those who need coaching, again, like in relationship, business practices, anything to do with youth, parenting, and family, where you might need that one-on-one coaching. And he'll tell you more about what this coaching is all about. And so I decided this today, we're going to make it about that. And then we're going to dig into some topics we think that people need help in today and how we can support them. And so, again, my main goal when I started this is really to help men unpack their trauma, to learn how to talk about those sensitive subjects that we don't often talk about. And like I said before, I did my dissertation on helping men, on Black men particularly, unpack their trauma. But this particular dissertation I did helps all men to deal with that uncomfortable part where we try to hold it in, but we really don't hold it in. It comes out in anger. It might comes out in drugs, sexual relationships, in different ways we deal with it. But I want to show us how to deal with it the right way, because I process my own trauma by talking to somebody. My faith is a really big part of helping me overcome my past. But again, I'm excited today. So welcome to this one episode today where we're going to help men unpack their trauma. I have today with me Rodney L. Johnson. So Rodney, tell us about what does it mean to be a certified professional coach?
Wow. Coaching in itself, I fell in love with after really experiencing it.
Okay.
And so usually when someone talks about coaching, first thing, we think about is football, basketball, somebody yelling, come on, push, that kind of thing.
Right.
But coaching in this sense, that's not the same thing. Believe it or not. And when I tell people this, they have issues understanding it. Coaching, like what I'm doing, you don't tell people what to do.
Oh.
Yes, I know. That's first like.
Yeah, that's what I'm coaching. You're giving directives. No.
Giving directions.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
My clients, they're the experts.
Okay.
The answers are within them. So my job as a coach is actually to be a thinking partner. So whatever the issue or challenge, goals, or whatever it may be, I'm helping them in their mind kind of unpack, and they have the answer. And I'm telling you, the greatest part, the funnest part of the coaching, you see it, you're watching them, and that light bulb goes off, or that aha moment, and you see it. And depending on what it is, I've seen them get really emotional, tears, and they're like, oh my goodness, because it's right there. But you're helping them get through.
Right.
And so sometimes when we get to the point coaching, if it's past trauma, then that's when we make referrals to professionals like yourself, because that's what you do. Yeah. Coaching deals with the present and the future. We don't deal with past trauma. We can deal with a little bit of past.
I like that.
Right?
Right.
Because sometimes you need to reference something to happen.
Right.
But if it's like trauma, we dealing with trauma, then that's when hold on, you know what? Let me refer you to a therapist. Okay. That's what you need to help you unpack this trauma, because you're not going to go any further. So I can only coach you up to a point. So, but if you dealt with that, and typically we would deal with clients who finish with their therapist.
Right.
So now they got these goals. They have different things they want to accomplish. Sometimes they're just stuck.
Okay.
Or I need motivation. And so that's where we come to play at. Now, of course, my specialty is relationships. So, later we can talk about that why. But
I do want to get into that.
Yeah. The thing about coaching, when you learn how to coach correctly, you can coach anything. I can coach a rocket scientist. I don't need to know nothing about rocket science. Whatever it is, he said, I got these 2 different programs I want to figure out. So, okay, well, what's the most important thing today? I'm going to ask him a question like that. Then he's going to pick one, whatever it is. And then I'm just going to start asking him questions. And the big part of it is active listening. You want to say something? You want to? No, let them process it. Sometimes it's some long silences. And you sit there, don't get anxious, let them do it. And it comes. It's an amazing thing to watch. I've watched other coaches coach, some really good coaches coach people. I've been coached. And I was like, oh, man, you have the answer. You have the answer.
So do two people get stuck? You say they have the answers, so why come they don't know the answer? What happened to coach?
Because there's different things going on in life. They have a goal they want to reach. They can't figure out how to reach that goal, and it can be anything. Just I'm trying to pick between 2 jobs. Okay. So, or I'm trying to think. One lady, she said, "Hey, you know what? I'm having an issue with the dog," and that's one of the testimonials. And so, son gave her a dog. He's an actor. He's going out of town, and he's bringing his dog, but it's kind of aggressive. She got a dog, so she's trying to figure out what's the best thing. So we go into, okay, what's the most important thing? She gave me that, and then I start asking questions until the solution comes. And so then we get that goal. Then I'm going to help them. We talk through. We're going to come up with an action plan.
Okay, so you call it an action plan, not a treatment plan.
Action plan. Okay. Steps that we're going to take. Then, okay, so what are the possible obstacles for reaching that goal? Okay. We know where we want to get to. So, okay, they give you something. Okay, what else? Okay. One of my coaches, she was really good, and she was good for what else? And she just keep making you dig. Okay. What else? And so you come up with these obstacles. Okay, so now we got to deal with the possible obstacles. How are we going to get around those? How are you going to deal with those when those come up? Okay. Then after that, we deal with accountability. Okay. Because you need to be accountable to somebody, not me. And they'll usually pick somebody, a spouse or a friend. Okay. So when are we going to talk to? When are you going to do that? Because we ain't just going to leave the blanket open. Right. So when are we going to talk to them? I'm going to talk to them tonight at 6 p.m. What time? Okay. Boom. So it goes down. It goes down to granular level. So when you get off the session, you got some stuff to start right away.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
And many times right after I'm about to call as soon as we hang up. I'm calling them and let's get this rolled. Then the next session, okay, how did it go?
So I feel like you encourage them to do what they know that need to be done.
Yes.
And you are helping them with a plan in action. So taking it out of their mind and put it on paper. Right. Is it, that kind of makes sense?
Yes, it does. Interesting what I get a lot. Wow. I can't never say I really felt like I've been heard because they're being able to say whatever they're thinking without any interruptions. Okay. And you just ask a question to probe. Because here's the shallow coaching would be to coach the problem. Okay. But no, thing is you want to coach the person. Because a lot of times there's faulty beliefs.
Not coach the problem, coach the person. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's something is, Marcia Reynolds, she's like, one of the top coaches, and I've read some of her books and I love her work along with other coaches. And that's what you really, because that's the fun part for me. Let's go deeper than that shadow. Okay, that's an issue, but you start asking questions. So the key is really watching and really listening. What are you not? I've asked. So what are you not telling me now? Because I'm looking at your face. I hear the words you're saying, but everything else is not lining up. So what are you not telling me? And they'll pause, and we'll just sit there and wait, however long you need during the session. That is.
Yeah. Right.
Right. And they'll come out with it. And then that's when we start really getting to the things. Maybe it was some type of fear, because a lot of time it's fear. Why they are not motivated, or where they go. And I begin to ask them how committed they are. So I'll ask them, so, okay, between 1 and 10, 10 being the highest, what's your commitment level on accomplishing this? 7. How can we make that 10? So they pause. Now they got to figure out what's keeping it from being 10. So now they got to dig deeper. Okay, now we get into what's really the challenge. And
Man, I can see it works. So a lot of folks need coaches, don't they?
oh yeah, it works. I mean, sometimes I do it in my general conversations, with my boss, just asking questions and
Sure, I'm
pausing.
thinking about something you coach me on right now. I can see it.
It's great. It's an interesting tool. And then once you know that, then you can have resources, tools to work with, value levels. And so, like I said, but of course, relationships is my greatest one.
So you do relationship, but you do business too.
Oh yeah, interpersonal, any type of relationship.
Okay.
You have coworkers. You have an issue with a coworker. Okay, so let's talk about it. And sometimes you'll get people and they're not really sure, and they'll just be saying a lot of stuff. And so, what is the most important thing that's on your mind right now?
Man, I can feel this is good. So, like, say a business idea. Say I'm trying to launch a business. So then you really help coach them to get it going.
Yes.
It's almost like if a person want to lose weight. Yeah, the equipment is there,
Right.
but it's still good to have a coach to kind of like to motivate you to get it going. And I guess a good coach will put a plan together for you, the diet you're going to eat, the time you're going to show up to the gym, actually put it on paper, and then you make sure you put it into action.
Right.
That's
I'm just going to help them think it through.
Wow.
Because they have the answers.
Yeah.
They have the answers.
They have the answer.
Yes.
Wow.
We usually have the answers already. And so the whole process, it's so interesting. When I started, I said, wow.
And I'm going to get to your favorite thing to coach too, but keep going.
Yeah, and it's the whole, like I said, people think they see someone yelling and screaming, telling them what to do.
Right.
And you have a lot of people on social media doing that. And when I look at it, I said, they're not really coaching.
Yeah, okay.
Now, you can have multiple specialties, different things. So, like, you could therapist, you can also be a coach. At that point, you'll stop being a therapist.
Right.
So if I wanted to, and it's rare.
But you know what? No, we need you because I have a lot of therapists that I supervise, and they say, I feel like it's not therapy. I feel like just talk therapy. And so at that point, like, it's probably they look more like for a coach. So,
that is
most therapists, they want to do like, kind of deep work and do some clinical stuff. And I think a lot of times we do kind of cross it, become a coach at times. But some people really just want to refer out. And so I think what you're doing is great, that we can refer out to people like to continue going. So do you have fees for your services? I know, just kind of like when you get to that.
Yes, I have,
I'm sure that'd be on your site or something.
Right, on my site, which is Deep. The name of the business is Deep Connections Coaching.
How will we find you?
You can go to deepconnectionscoaching.com.
Yes. You're on also your website. Website. Okay.
You can go to the website deepconnectionscoaching.com, or you can go to rodneyljohnson.com and then click on the Deep Coaching Connection tab. I got a little link there. But yeah, that's the best way to reach me there. And so I have a connection call, and that's just a short 30-minute kind of, I have an intake form. So when they go on the website, you go in there.
Yeah, here professional. This is professional.
My goal was to be that way.
This is professional.
I didn't want to just throw something in the air.
I love this.
I'm going to do it. So I spend the time and constantly, you know what I love about this too? And my background, I teach the word of God. And so this is a lifetime of study, just like that. And they work together.
Wow. Okay.
They work together. So that's what I love about it. And then I have the deep session call, that's a 60-minute hour session.
I want people to hear this is so good. Okay. So we go to your site first. The first thing we do is a 30-minute.
Well, that's your option. So you have options when you go in there.
Okay.
So you can do a 30 session connection call.
30 seconds.
30 minutes. Thank you so much. A 30-minute connection call. That's if you want to go that route. So, you know what? I just want to get a feel of you.
Right.
Are we a good fit?
I think that's good.
Are we a good fit?
Yeah.
And some people do offer them free. I do not.
Okay.
I've been working different things throughout the years, photography, different things, and I've given a lot away. And I've learned from experience. I want to weed out people that are serious and not.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't waste my time either.
Yeah. And so, no, time is valuable for all of us, especially me. So my 30-minute session is $30.
Okay.
It's $1 a minute. And so
that's super cheap.
Right.
Way less than coming to me.
Right. And so then we have the 60-minute deep dive session now. So that's when we're going to get into some stuff. And I have an intake.
30 minutes, kind of like a greeting
intro,
greeting meet, something like.
Kind of get a feel.
Okay.
Even for both of us, are we a good fit for this?
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we might not be a good fit. Maybe our values are too far apart. Then recommend you, or you can find someone that fits more what you're looking for. So that way you don't have to invest too much money.
I love it.
You know, so that's why I set it up that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the hour session. And then after that, now for couples, well, I don't know if you want to get into that.
Well, no,
yet.
so 30 minutes and then 60 minutes after
Yes,
that.
right.
And then the 60 minutes more where we start establishing what we want to get out of coaching.
Well, yeah, you with the 60-minute, I mean, you can do what you need to do. If you want to continue, so you know what, let's set this up for 3 months, you know, once a week.
Oh, so you saying I could do a 30-minute and a 60-minute could be just one time only?
Yeah, you can do it once. You just got a project.
People do one time only?
Some people do. I just got this one project thing. I'm stuck.
Okay.
Or I need it. And, you know, and if they say, you know what, let's meet on 2 more weeks and we just make another session.
Okay. Then.
Yeah. And so if they're going to do 3 months or something weeks out, then I'll give it. You know,
man, I can see you being, for real, I'm not just saying because I know you. That's very successful. So they can just call you, hey, I just want to talk through something right now.
Right.
60 minutes. And how much for 60 minutes?
$120.
That's good, man. Yeah. That's good. It's still good price. Still cheaper than me. So I love that. So 60 minutes, boom, there's no commitment to keep going.
No.
But could they set up, say, I want maybe 3 sessions?
Yes, they can.
Is it still the same price each time?
No, if someone's going to commit farther out, then I'm going to give them a discount just for working with me. Okay. That's just me, you know, doing that. I know some coaches are not, but that I'm fine. I'm happy. So trust me. Seem
like the 30 minute would be very good. And if we could determine, you probably just need only one 60 minute or maybe 2 or 3 if you could agree, or 4 or 5 or whatever.
Right, whatever it is.
Or maybe you need to check in for the next, because this project going to last a year, the next month, for every once a month. Wow, that's good. So yeah,
we just book an appointment. So through the website, the particular platform I'm using, I love it. It's all inclusive. Everything's there. So you can see what times I'm available. And I'm going to add some Saturday mornings because some people, I'm an early bird. So I do some stuff at 5 a.m. If that's going to work in your schedule on Saturday morning, I can knock 2 or 3 of those out and then go on with my day still.
And then if I do 160 minute, what would I leave with that day?
So what you're going to walk away with is, one, an actionable plan. You're going to be clear awareness, what it is that you need to do.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Then after that, your goal, you're going to have an actual plan of how to carry that out. Some alternative ways or ways to get around the obstacles, possible obstacles, and then have accountability. And that's what you're going to leave with that day. After that session, you're going to walk away with something.
That's good, man. This is good.
That first part is clarity.
Is it digital to walk away with, or is it something you're going to send out? Or what is it?
Well, see, I can send a follow-up from the emails, too, from our whole thing. I'm typically going to record it so I can go through and give them a little bit more, so I can possibly send them maybe some suggestion resources, some, you know, other websites, books, whatever.
So the action plan will be a written out action plan that I get from you?
Yes, I can send that, too, as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. So, because, you know, sometimes people need that, you know.
Right. Something physical.
So, like check and balance.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can send that electronically.
Yes, I can. And that's how I typically doing the business right now is online.
Okay.
So it's all built in when you sign up. You have an intake form, basically some questions. I think I have about 5 questions up there to basically help me know what possible tools I'm going to use to help you to assist. Now here's